All right, good morning everyone, and it is a great time and a great morning. We're back here for yet another episode on Danksco Traders Hub. As usual, you know the drill. Yeah, yesterday was a slow day, but we made money. Those who followed the analysis, you're able to get, I believe, you're able to get some entries. All right, so without any further ado, we're going to pray and then get in with the analysis straightforward. So this is episode number 243. Go ahead and share it if you want to. Of course, share to the friends, family members, those that you need. You want them to be part of the trading world. All right, so let's get into it. Father, we say thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you that we're back here. Today is a Tuesday, the 4th of November, Lord, 2025. Thank you that we are still alive and ready to get into the markets and look for this money, Lord. We are saying thank you for yesterday's profits. And as we start today, we ask of the same, Lord, even better than yesterday, that we may get bigger profits than yesterday, that we may even get better and better at analyzing and at using strategies that you have made us to learn. We give you praise, we give you all the honor, Lord. Thank you for today's profits. Thank you for good market insights that you're giving unto us. Thank you for good and perfect entries and the exit levels that you're giving unto us. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so as usual, go ahead and share as we start today's analysis. Go ahead and share. Remember that we always start with crash 500, so let's get into it. Crash 500. Crash 500. All right, so crash 500, let's get into it. What happened yesterday? So yesterday we saw this, the breakout. We knew that sales were continuing. Yeah, yesterday we were here. We were anticipating, let's see, yesterday we were anticipating if it makes a pullback, then we come in with a sell, or to break out this and then we enter sales immediately. But you can see what happened. After breaking, it played games here until it retested there. That was supposed to be the entry for the continuation of sales. And I don't really trade such markets, so I did not do anything right there. So now I want to delete what I have here and then look at today. So let's look at today. H4 price has come to what? To that fair value gap, but it's still selling. Still, it is not yet done with selling. It hasn't reached at least 50% of this liquidity level. This liquidity level, at least it has to come to 50%. That's around that level, right about there. So it at least has to come to there, and then we can anticipate buys. We can anticipate buys to start from that end. So what are we going to do? It's gonna sell a bit more, like one or more, like one other candle of H4. It's likely to sell this. As long as this H4 candle closes at 11, it has about 15 minutes to close. So once it closes, the next H4 is going to be a sell candle. So you can sell in the next H4. the next H4 you can eventually get engaged into sales, the next H4. So don't look for any more buys. The next H4, I am persuaded that it's going to be a sell. It's going to be a sell candle to push us right down below. Yeah, so the next H4, I'm persuaded that it's going to be a sell to there, but currently what we're going to see is price to move to there or there according to the minutes that are remaining on this current H4. So it's likely to continue like that according to what we are seeing on the current H4 15 minutes. It may reach all the way up there. It may not. So depending on what happens. And remember, even the first 15 minutes of the new H4 can first push for more buys to get that liquidity, or to fake you thinking the buyers are continuing, and then later we come in with sells. So be ready for what happens and don't make any mistakes, because you may have it wrong. So I'm seeing my mic is a bit low. Let me work on my mic now. Yeah, okay, at least there. Close. All right, so now that is enough on crash 500. Let's head over to boom 1000. I'm likely to sell crash 500, so it's likely to be my asset today that I trade. So boom 1000, let's look at boom 1000. What happened yesterday? What happened? Let's look at it. That was yesterday. So remember, I told you we will see this pullback to this fair value gap. Not even a fair value gap, it was a retracement level of a fib. Yeah, that was the retracement level, and clearly you can see what happened. But I was not even using this, I was using this other level right here. You can see, so it came to 61.8 immediately and then bounced to go back into the buys, having mitigated that level, that liquidity around here. So right now, I believe you guys who followed this analysis, if you had made sales right here and held up, you could have hit that target and then moved on to enter now the buys. So now we know what happened there, and now we don't need anything to do with this. So all this can now be deleted, and now we know we are looking for this buy. So this buy has gone up, but it has now met this other resistance up there. So currently price is failing to break that resistance. So how are we going to move about this? I don't think we will, because H4 is overbought currently, and the daily time frame is oversold. Daily time frame is oversold. There is a lot of rejection coming in from sellers, but also buyers pushing, also trying to push for buys according to daily time frame. So it's gonna be one of those tricky assets to kind of work around. So let's see, what are we going to see? H4 overbought, H1 overbought. Okay, so that is clear. M30 overbought, M15 overbought. So it means to me I'm going to be looking for some sells apparently until H4 is ready to buy. So that's what we are going to be doing and dealing with. So down below here we will have our OB, or call it a support, down below here according to H4. So we know that according to H1 we are going to sell this, but it's going to first come around there, probably according to M15, grab that liquidity on that previous OB, and then push for this buy, for this sell down below according to H1, push for this kind of a sell to down below there. So that's what I'm going to anticipate. So this should be confirmed on M5. Yes, according to M5, this pullback is going to happen, and then later we enter the sell. Now you have to get a precise stop loss for you to engage into this sell, so that you don't, at least you know that once you put it, price will not come to look for it. So I would advise such a stop loss above there if you're going to sell. But also remember to sell most of the times when price is below your 10 MA on M15. Don't immediately sell when you see this pullback, because it can be a fake. But once it breaks a pullback and fails to break that previous higher high, then you wait for price to be below your 10 MA and then make that entry. Please, that's how I do it, and it is a tested and proved strategy of mine. If you want it, you can use it. All right, that's it for Boom 1000. That's the sell I'm gonna be anticipating today, and I'm at least 70% sure that I will be entering this if it does what I need right here. Yeah, if it does what I need and gains momentum for that kind of a sell move. Boom 500. So Boom 500. All right, so the W is happening. Yesterday, this is what we saw. I told you it's gonna continue buying. In fact, I entered a buy here, even though I moved out quickly. I entered a buy there, I moved out quickly. Actually, I did not move out. It came and took my stop loss right there and then continued. But that was yesterday's move. Pull back there, and of course we had that confirmed on M15 right about there, those who remember. So that was the move, confirmed there, and then the entry right there. Went all the way up there and started to push for sales, but it was all for nothing because it gained some weird momentum to break out of that resistance. So apparently this sell that I was looking for, it is sort of not happening currently. Let me first remove history. You see, when you're looking at this kind of a structure, one may say that this is a W. Looking at what you're seeing, this is a left arm, then you have the V, and then right here you have this, should be taking you up there. That will be the W, meaning from our sense of trading W, this would be the TP right about there. Hopefully it may go all the way up there, because even price is still above our 10 MA on H4, and even it is very far away from the 10 MA. So it tells us that buys are still stronger. And looking at price action, looking at price action, you will clearly see that this was giving us higher highs and higher lows right there. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, meaning buys are coming in right here. And to facilitate that analysis, CCI shows us that we are oversold. We are looking for buys. Looking at M30, it's quite different, but if you're looking at on a higher time frame, you will understand that we are still in an uptrend. And now looking at what I'm seeing here, price seems to be wanting to react on this OB. So I want to delete this first and then try to understand this. Has it touched it yet? Not yet. So it's likely to first touch it and then it gives us the entry to push for that target right about there. So this is what I will be anticipating for now. For now, I'll be anticipating something like that and then a push to all the way up there. More buys, not sells. So from there, hopefully we will see sells. From there, that's where we are likely to see some sells from there. So please note that and know how to maneuver around the market before it gives us this kind of a sell. All right, so that's what I'll be anticipating. I will leave it at H1. I will not even trade M15. I will only wait for H1 to be ready for my entries. All right, so that's it on Boom 500. Enough with the W. You've understood the reason why, so I don't need it anymore. I've already given out the reason. All right, let's now head over to V25 1S. V25 1S. So Volatility 25 1S. Good morning, Patrick. Volatility 25 1S. Yesterday I told you this. What? Wow, I told you this, and remember I told you it can even give you a fake breakout just around there. You can see where I put the fake breakout there. So price gave us that fake breakout, and then look at that. Look at what happened later. How I wish I saw this. I was not trading V25 yesterday, but how I wish I saw that price getting below a 10 MA on H1. Look at that move. This is a move that can easily give you triple your account if you trade properly. This is a move that can give you easily triple your account right there. All right, so that's it. That was yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's episode, go and look for episode number 4. I think it will be episode number 4. 242, I think so. Yeah. All right, so let's delete these and these also. We've already seen it. It has served us properly. Now it has gone to where? To that OB. Look at that. It was just a matter of touching and then getting into buys. That's how most of the times OBs operate. Yeah. So the OB has now given us, are we ready to enter buys? Not really. It's gonna come back. So we are likely to enter it according to H4, H1, I mean not even H4, H1. So we are likely to enter this according to H1. If it does make a pullback down below here, that can be my entry. This can be my entry right about there on that OB. That can easily become my perfect entry to push me all the way up there. All right, so for now I wait. According to H1, I will be waiting gladly to give me that kind of a move. Once it does give me that move, according to M30 we are seeing some sort of change of character, even M15. So if it does come back, it may come back to this OB, but also it may come back for this level according to M15. So if whatever it does, I'll be ready when it comes back down here. I'll be ready, and I'm going to enter this without a doubt. This one I don't know what I will even do. I pray that I don't get distracted, but this is my likely trade that I should make an entry. Alright, that's enough on V25S. Let's now head over to V75. Yesterday the market was a bit slow until I think, what time was it? Let's first look at when this move happened. Let's first look at when this move happened. That was around what time? Let's see. Yeah, around there. That was 17:18, around 7 p.m. So that move happened around 7 p.m. So I think most of the markets started to move around that time. Yeah, I think most of the markets started to move around that time. Let me see, even this one, this V75, that was at 14, 15, 16, 17, around 5 p.m. it started to move perfectly into the sell, but like I told you, I can't sell this asset, even though that was a good move. Break of structure, then pull back, another break of structure. Now it is looking for an all-time lower low. V75 has never reached this low, so he is looking for an all-time lower low. So until we get a reversal signal, we cannot trade this asset. I can't trade personally. I can't trade. Maybe you guys can, but me, I can't. Since I missed that move yesterday, there's no other move I can trade, because price has started to squeeze in. You can see the move. This move right here from there to here is not the move that we've gotten right here. You can see it is now squeezed in, meaning momentum is reducing as it continues to sell. But be advised that it is still a downtrend. It is still very bearish. It is still selling. So you don't need to look for buys now. You have to wait for a reversal signal for you to start buying this asset. Until then, you have no business with this asset. You can see this whole move was H4 move. It hasn't even pulled back to give us a lower high according to H4. And then according to daily, that was yesterday's candle. Look at that, how it started, how it was yesterday. It was very bearish. It was massive yesterday for that kind of a sell. So according to H1, you've seen all these break of structures there, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now it is looking for a lower high here, and later come looking for a new lower low. If it fails to break that previous lower low, then we start to anticipate our reversal signal. All right, so all this can now be deleted. We don't need it. Perfect. Let's now head over to jump 50. Jump 50. Yes, I told you this move that is gonna happen. This was our analysis yesterday. Let me drag it here. This was our analysis, but I made a loss here because I had my tight stop loss. I entered early and I had my tight stop loss and I was taken out. I was supposed to enter when it did this, but I did not re-enter actually. So this is where I made the loss from. I entered here, you can see it was almost a sniper entry here, right there when I entered, and then it came, because I was waiting for it to come down again. You know, this was the anticipation, price to go back, to go up and then come down. Then I make my entry to what, to make this buy money. So I made my entry there, it went into buys and, you know, made some profits, small profits, then came down and took me out because my stop loss was tight there. It took me out, and then after taking me out, it gave me a double bottom down below there, and then look at that, it pushed for the buys. And then this was the perfect entry for anyone when it made that kind of a pullback, giving us a higher low right there. That would have been the perfect entry for us there. So I missed that yesterday, so now I need to look at how to recover. Yes, let's look at, I need to recover that money that was taken yesterday. It was small, but it is money, so it needs to be recovered. So it has hit that target. We needed that to reach there, so it has hit it, and it is sort of giving us a break of structure. Remember previously I had told you we had made an analysis before before yesterday. We had made an analysis that price will eventually look for this TP right there. Will eventually look for that kind of a TP right there, or even look for this other second TP after breaking out of consolidation. Even look for that other second TP right there, but it seems it's going for this first one for now, and then we later see. Remember, if it continues like that, this will be considered a break of structure right about there, and we all know what that means. It means buyers are still having the control of the market. So apparently we have to be ready. We have to be ready. So price action says we are still bullish. We are still very bullish. That's what price action says. We are still very bullish. Even though CCI is showing you that we are overbought, we cannot confirm this. If price action is telling us we have a break of structure, that becomes something that you cannot use. That's why indicators are always getting it wrong if you haven't understood price action. All right, so that's it for this asset. I will not do anything about it. I may not trade it at all. But if it fails to break this level, and then it happens to break this level right here, then all I will need will be this kind of a move, then that kind of a pullback, then I make my entry from there to push for the sell. That is what I will need. If it fails to break this, to give me a break of structure right there, that is what I'll be anticipating. Yeah, if it fails to break and continue, then I will anticipate this. Mark my words, because it is still very bullish. But if it happens not to break that and it starts to sell and it breaks this very our current higher low on M15, then I will be waiting for this kind of a move. All right, but if it continues, then I'm not going to enter any buys for at all. J25, a new H4 has started, so let's look at what is happening now. So J25, yesterday I made money on J25. Yeah, I made actually some good money right there, even though I stayed in it for so long. I had to persist with it. This is what happened. This was the entry, having given me this pullback to test that OB there. I made my entry there above my 10 MA. That's what I always wait for. Then it gave me profits, then it pulled back, came back here. It almost took me out because my stop loss was here. My stop loss was around there. It almost came to take me out. So my stop loss was there, so it came, did not reach my stop loss, and then went back into the buys. When it reached there, I decided to take my profits and call it a day, but it made a short pullback and then hit the target. That was my first TP level that was hit yesterday. So apparently this is one of those that gave me some good money yesterday. The rest of the assets were a bit slow. Alright, so now all this is not needed. Let's now talk about today. Let's talk about today. So today we clearly see that it is still sort of consolidating, but we still need buys according to what we have, both on H4, H1, and of course daily. And of course daily, looking at what we are looking for on CCI to reach there. So that is a move that we need, and price is playing around that support level. So we need buys. A new H4 has started. Is it the one that is going to usher us into buys? Let's look at it. Let's look at it closely. Yeah, we have to wait for M15 to start buying. Exactly. So all I need now is to wait for M15 to start buying. Probably give me what it gave me right here yesterday, and then I can make the buy. And this buy that we're going to see now, it's likely going to break this resistance above here. It's likely going to break that resistance. So be sure to get a sniper entry or a proper entry that won't come to hunt your stop loss. So you need to be ready, and don't just enter now, because if you enter now, you're not sure if price is not going to break down and continue selling. You're not sure. Yes, we all know that H1 and H4, all these are looking for buys according to what we can see, but that doesn't mean that daily time frame is not selling. Looking at this is a change of character. That here right there, that is a change of character according to daily time frame. Right there, that is a change of character. So yes, CCI shows us we need this, but Smart Man, it says that is a change of character, which can be a reversal signal. We are anticipating that this is probably a fake change of character and trying to look for more of this, but we cannot confirm it. We can't. So what we can do is wait. So if price breaks this support, in fact if it does break this support, then you come in with your sales. You don't look for buys. The only buys that you are encouraged to look for is when you get a reversal signal on M15. Then you can start to enter your buys. Alright, so that's enough on this asset. I'm not going to trade it. I may not even focus on it, but if it happens to give me a reversal signal, then it will be my go-to asset. J10. Let's talk about J10. Alright, so J10, oh man, oh, this was morning. I analyzed this early morning before it even broke out, and I missed that entry. Anyway, I did not miss it because it had already reacted there. So it is a pennant, so it has broken out and it is going to hit the target. So what happens after that? A sell comes in. According to what? According to H. Should be according to H4. but it's weird. It's weird. So yesterday, let's first talk about yesterday. Yesterday we were looking for this move and then continuation of buys, but it rather went all the way back to that trend line. It sold all the way back to the trend line. Yeah, so all this can now be taken out. Okay, so came all the way to the trend line, so even this can go. And now after reaching the trend line, say to buy early morning, today early morning. So it has given us after buying, it gave us a pennant kind of structure during the consolidation, and now it has gone for that. Now it is likely to pull back and test this level and then continue with buys. Test that level and then continue with buys, looking for a higher low right here. So if that is the case, then we are still going to be buying it. But I believe it is the case. Why? Because looking at what we have on M15 according to CCI, that is a reversal, that is a retracement level on CCI, meaning this pullback is on. And we can even use more, we can even use our fib to anticipate, meaning this can easily give you a fake breakout back inside the pennant and then come to that and then push us all the way back into buys. So for now, no business with this asset. I'm going to be patient. Yeah, I believe it's happening. I believe this move is happening, but I cannot enter a sell. I have to be patient and wait for the buy. I believe this move is happening today. It may happen. Is that liquidity left between these H1 candles right there? It's a big liquidity, so coming here it will be mitigating it. So you can see the way it did come to mitigate this liquidity right on these 3 candles. That is a fair value gap. Let me show it to you right there. It gave us this kind of wick to mitigate that liquidity and went for the buy. Same thing is happening right here. It's likely to come for that and then continue the buys. So let's wait and be patient, because we are likely to make some money on this J10. And I love J10, by the way. The reason why I love J10 is anyone with any account can trade it. At least even if you have a $10 account, you can trade J10 because it's not that big, you know. So that's why I love J10, and it can give you some good money if you know how to play around with your lot sizes, and of course depending on your account. So right about now, I will wait for this pullback to conclude, and then I can make buy entries for the buys. Perfect. That's it for J10. Hope you guys have had a great time on J10, and I believe we will be able to make this money. Let's now wrap it up with gold, and we call it a day. All right, so gold, those who remember, I remember telling you what was going to happen. Pull back there and then sells. That's what we were looking for on that trend line right there, and the sales of course happened. You know, sales started to come through, and you can see we sold. I mean, from there, then it made a pullback, then the sales began. Now it has reached this first level. Remember, I told you we may get in with buys from this very level. This was the analysis, yesterday's analysis. I haven't analyzed this today, so this is yesterday's analysis that we are still following. The analysis was price to come into here or to this other trend line, and then we come in with sales. But so far we are seeing some reaction on this OB. That's where we are seeing the reaction on. That means that we may actually continue with buys from this angle, but according to CCI, it's overbought, meaning sellers are still very strong. But now that means we can only and only confirm this. First delete some of these so that we can have a clear thing. First delete also that. So if I go to H4, I see rejection on those candles. Look at that rejection. It's a big rejection coming in there. So that means that we are likely to continue with buys. From that rejection, buyers are saying no, we need control of this market, and that's what is happening. Look at that previous H4 candle, how it closed. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I think we can still be patient and wait for price to be above our 10 MA, probably on H4. Probably on H4. Let's go to M15 and see what is happening. Yeah, I'm not going to trade this because it is still playing games. I'm actually going to be patient with it. I'm going to be patient and wait because from what I'm seeing, if anyone makes a rash decision, it may fake you and continue with the sells. So I'd rather be patient. Yes, I'm seeing that rejection coming in from buyers to push for more buys, so I need it. And even here we had some weird change of character, so we have to be patient. At least I may enter this asset when price goes above my 10 MA on the H4, but until then, no, it's a no-go for me. I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to leave it. Yes, we all know that we need buys. Looking at even CCI down below on H4 there, you can see that. But also looking at what we have here, the structure here, that is a change of character. Even one can say that is a double bottom. But nevertheless, we know that we need buys, but we cannot enter now. We have to be patient, because if you enter now, you'll be at a risk of having a bigger stop loss, you know. So you rather wait. Yeah, it has to continue there and grab that liquidity like we analyzed yesterday. Grab that liquidity on that fair value gap according to daily time frame before we can come in with sales. So having seen this, I will be patient and wait. I'm going to wait for M15 actually. Now that I've seen this, I'm going to wait for M15 to start selling. Once it does give me an entry on M15, nothing will hold me back from making the entry. Alright, so that's it. This is what I'm going to be anticipating. Pull back to this OB on M15 and then entry to continue buys. Alright, I think that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Let's make a recap and we call it a day. And remember to subscribe if you've never subscribed before. Remember to subscribe. So let's make a recap. Let's go for our recap. All right, so we started with crash 500. We started with crash 500 and let's see. I wanted the sell and it's not yet giving me that kind of a sell. It's actually giving me a break of structure up there. Weird. Okay, let's see. So we have to be ready, we have to wait. Still, it's not yet overbought. According to M15, it can easily first reach that level. It can easily first reach that level, then it gives us the sell. So I may actually change and put it right there for this kind of a move, and then give us this kind of a sell. So for now, no business. I need sells, not buys, according to what I'm seeing, before I can come in with buys on H1 and hopefully even H4. So what are we going to do? We wait for price to reach all the way up there, all the way to that OB, and hopefully sales begin from there. Boom 1000, I need a pullback there, then I get in with my sell. So without a pullback, no business with boom 1000. So with a pullback, then I'll be having a perfect trade for the day that can give me my daily target. That is what I'll be waiting for. Till then, if I don't see something like that, I won't be trading boom 1000. Alright, so this is happening, is reaching this OB. So any time from now, spikes will be starting. We'll be getting into spikes. Anytime from now, we'll be seeing spikes starting from this level. That is boom 500. Then volatility 25 oneness. I need a pullback there. If I don't see one, I may not enter. If I don't see a pullback to this level, I may not make any entries from these buys. I may call it a miss, you know. So if I don't see this, no business, because we are looking for buys to actually break that level and continue. So without any interruptions, then I may enter this asset when I see this pullback. V75, however, we are waiting for a reversal signal. I told you we cannot enter sales. I cannot enter sales personally because I don't have the previous data to work with regarding sales. There's no other lower low than this that we can use in history. So there's nothing. The previous data doesn't have any lower low than this. Okay, so that's why we cannot sell, because we don't have data that we can compare with and use to our advantage. That's why selling this asset currently, I can't do that, but I can wait for a reversal signal and then make a buy entry. Jump 50, it gave us this kind of a break of structure. I hope it is a valid one. Let's look at H1. H1 hasn't closed yet, so if it closes above that, then it will be a valid break of structure, and that means buys will continue. So until then, no business. So if the buys continue, then I will not be entering any. But if it happens to give us a pullback like that, according to this, then I can make that kind of sell entry. Jump 25, J25. I said this is going to be one of those that I'm likely to make an entry on, but how am I going to make an entry? Let's see. It's weird. Okay, so we have to wait for, yes, here we said we wait for M15. We wait for M15 to be ready to buy. So until M15 is ready to buy, we cannot make any mistake. Lastly is J10, and J10 we said that oh, the pullback has happened. We were waiting for this kind of move, so the pullback is happening and we need it so we can enter the buys later. Why? Because this is a pennant, and we know that pennants signify continuation of the previous trend, and that's what we are going to be looking at. Once this finishes the retest, then buyers engage immediately. Buyers engage immediately to push market upwards. Alright, so that's it. Probably after this hour closes, we may get in with our buys. Probably. So let's wait for this hour to close and see what will come around. And lastly is gold. Gold is a tricky one, but not that much tricky. If it can give us this kind of a pullback, then we can have a say in the market. If it can give us this kind of a pullback, of which I've told you that that kind of a pullback, scalpers can even trade it on M5. Scalpers can even trade it on M5. That is a resistance level right there according to M5. So scalpers can trade it on M5. How? Waiting for price to be below our 10 MA, and then you make your sell entry to push to this OB right here, where we saw our change of character according to M5, right about there. Alright, I think that was it, and that's it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to engage me in on those numbers that you're seeing on your screen. Remember that the VIP Signal group is available. The fee or the subscription per month is $15 or 55k. Yeah, and then you get to enter the VIP Signal group. Signals are always available during the day when I'm on the charts. Some of these I keep on coming to wait for those entries. So those who are on a VIP, they always benefit from that, from those entries that I get during the day as the market continues. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Like I've said, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course to subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to always do that. Of course, sharing is good. Sharing is loving. You can always share such live streams to people that you want to, that you would love them to join you in the journey of trading. So you can always share the video, share the stream, so that they can come around and be part of the community of traders as we always keep on learning together. Let me wish you guys a good day, and hopefully you will be around tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. I'm likely not to have a BTC today, a BTC analysis today, but I'll see if it is possible to have it. Let me wish you guys a good day. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.